What's up and welcome back. I'm John Stark from MakeTheMovieGuy.com, your favorite blind film critic. And today, I'm talking about Femme. This is a 2024 film. I kind of, yes, I'm a little late. I'm doing this. Because I'm still putting on my lists. Technically, I did see this. It was on Hulu, and then I found the audio description track for it, not on Hulu, uh, so that I could have context. I saw this movie make a top 10 list, at least somebody's top 10 list from 2024. And might have been an honorable mention. I don't know, but it was somewhere on the list. And so I kind of went through and I added a couple more movies to my should watch before end of year type of thing based on those lists. And Film was hard to follow without audio description. So when I had the opportunity to watch it with audio description, I did. So I've technically seen this movie twice. Um, it's a interesting movie. You're either gonna go for the ride or you're not. And I don't know how I feel about it. It's a thriller, but at the same time, there's something that's very. I feel like there's a piece that's missing, and I felt this now that I've seen this twice. So you start off at the top of the film with June, is it Junie? Something like that. Um, it feels like that's not a name, but it's something like that. Who is a sort of like almost like a drag queen, gay man who is walking down the street one night. We see him doing drag, and later on he's walking down the street and he gets sort of harassed by this, I don't know, this little group of young men, hooligan type, who savagely beat him for being who he is. And then we cut forward to after he's healed and sort of, I guess, emotionally better. And he goes to a bathhouse. And at the bathhouse, there he sees one of his attackers, I guess, is on the DL. Although he's sort of like he's like the most closeted on the DL person ever. And like anytime somebody, like he knows where he is. Like, you got to know where you are. And even then he's still like, he never lightens up. He's not like, well, I can be myself here. No, he's still an asshole, like throughout the whole movie. He's never just it's not like he's an asshole just to like get through the day. It seems like he's just always an asshole. So for whatever reason, our main character decides to follow him, and literally, like, they seem to have this like weird connection, where this is what we gaze to. We just kind of give you. This is why I'm single now, because I can't give anybody a look, and I don't know if they're giving me a look. So I'm just but basically they just give each other looks. It's just like things left unsaid, and he ends up getting into the guy's car, and they drive off, and he's really concerned about making sure that you know nobody sees. Again, super on the DL. So they go up and they have sex. They have time. Anyway, that's where this movie's going. And I'm just like, why? Like, I feel like it just didn't establish enough why he wants to do this. We didn't get that time. What this movie needs is he needs a best friend character. That's what he needs. He needs a moment where he sees him there, and then he talks to somebody, and we get inside his head, because I'm just like, the life choices that he's making. I'm just like, dude, if you die right now, it's on you. Like, I mean, you're like, that dude attacked me, but I'm gonna get in the car and see what happens. Like, that guy just beat the shit out of me. Let's see what happens for funsies. Like, I never would have made that choice. I don't understand it at all. Like, he committed a hate crime on you. Why are you in his car? So you have to like accept that in order for Femme to move on. Like you have to accept that he has a plan, but you have no fucking idea what it is. But it involves this guy who got severely beaten, and you're like, did you train in Taekwondo, like, or something while you were rehabbing? Like, why are you here? Are you packing? Like, I kept thinking that the whole time. I just kept waiting for something. Like, is he gonna stab him in the middle of the night? Like, what is this? No, he kind of just develops this relationship, and then he makes him feel like really uncomfortable. And then the rest of the fuckers who beat him show up because, of course, he's still friends with them. And then, but they don't notice that it's him because he's not in drag. So he's just himself, and he tones down his effeminate qualities, and he comes off as just one of the boys. So, and then he ends up sort of working his way into this friend group. There's a scene where they're playing like Street Fighter. I'm like, he's playing Street Fighter with the people who committed a hate crime against him. What is happening in this movie? And yeah, the movie goes towards an ending and has a little bit of a twist and stuff, and eventually, but I never felt like the movie was telegraphing anything. Like the whole movie, I just kept thinking about my main character. I was like, why are you making the worst life choices? Just the absolute worst life choices, because obviously the director is headed in a certain direction with you, and they think, and they're like, well, when we get to the ending, everybody will be cheering, everybody will be happy for the ending. And it's like, maybe not. Like, I also have to accept the fact that somebody would do this, that somebody would make this life choice to be surrounded by people who beat the living shit out of them, and feel somehow safe. Like, ooh, look, I made it. I made it to the club. But he's not straight, it's like, it's not like they beat the gay out of him. He's still gay. I'm so conflicted with this movie. And I can see why people like it. And it feels like a better version of Heather, which is sort of like a film that was trying to do kind of the same thing that I was past the screen that you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But there's a movie called Heather that has similar vibes. And that one made more sense. I hate to say it, in many ways, that movie made more sense to me. This movie, this whole time, I was just thinking, why are you here? What is going on? Can he have somebody to talk to? Can he verbalize his thoughts at all? Because I'm just thinking like, well, he was hit in the head too many times, and now he can't think. He can't make logical life choices for himself. I was having such a hard time with this character, with our protagonist, and it's really hard to sit down and watch a movie and root for something when the protagonist is as frustrating as this, because I can understand stalking, I can understand wanting to get back, but some of the choices and being there, and it's like, okay, so he goes to the bathhouse, maybe he'll be there again, so you get him again, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get him not right away. You don't immediately jump in this dude's fucking car and just without any talk. And also, while seeing him be kind of like standoffish to like everyone around him, like he doesn't really have the greatest demeanor. This isn't somebody who like has like a 180, like a completely different side to themselves when they're in the bathhouse. Like, oh my God, guys, you would not believe what I did today. Like, he's just not. No, he's pretty much the same prick. Whether he's surrounded by, men or not. The guy's always an ass. I don't know. And there's a point in the movie where he finally gets to where he realizes sort of what's happening. And so they have an argument, and he says, it's like, why are you doing this? He's like, because I felt sorry for you. I'm like, what? What? Anyway, audio description's fine. But I have problems with the movie. I think the acting's good. I think there's some stuff here. I want to lean slightly positive, but yeah. So I'm gonna give it a C plus. Uh, I I think there are choices that are being made, and if we could just tweak it a little bit, I think Femme could go from being "Mm," to being wow, that was good. You know, like it's just a couple little choices, a couple little tweaks, to send it over the edge. And so I watch Femme if you're interested. It's up to you. There's my queer representation for the day. Um, yeah, I don't know if I'm in a bathhouse, man, and I see somebody who assaulted me. I'm not gonna be like, I'm gonna get in that car. This is gonna be a great time for me. Like, I'm probably gonna go into like post traumatic stress and just be like, oh God, he's followed me here. Like, I have no safe places anymore. Um, but yeah, the film just should just explore more. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the other side.